Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here now. It has been a hot minute, but we are back today for another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be feeding every single one of my animals, and if you don't know, I have a lot of animals. Got ducks, turtles, fish, and then my dog, which you guys probably haven't seen before, but he is right here. We'll just start off the video with him. I'm not going to feed him, he already ate his food today. But regardless, I needed to include him in this video, because if we're going to be going over every single one of my animals, I got to include my dog. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this video, make things quick, make things simple. I'm gonna go through every single tank, animal, and kind of show you what I feed them. Now, this is just the diet that I chose to feed them on this day. Most of their foods get changed quite a bit. For example, the tanks, you see that I feed fish flakes today. In a couple days, they'll get like brine shrimp. Like the food alternates. This is just what I fed them on just a normal average day. Anyway, let's get right into the video and start in the backyard. Moving right on into the backyard, we have the koi pond. So I feed these guys basically a lot of foods. Normally they just get this koi food right here, which is just simple koi pellets, but they also enjoy watermelon and even bananas. I'm a banana! And then this big pleco down here, he actually likes to eat cucumber a lot. Got their koi food. This is just their basic pellets, nothing crazy today, but they're gonna go ahead and eat the pellets, obviously. These guys really love pellets. They literally love everything. They'll even eat part of the lily pads half the time. But if they're not eating pellets, they're gonna be eating watermelon or an entire banana. Basically, you just peel the banana, throw it in there, and they'll eat a banana in like 10 minutes. It's crazy. But that's gonna be it for the koi pond. The pleco, there's a ton of algae in here, so I don't have to feed him every day. But every once in a while, he will get a treat. So we just got done with the koi pond, now moving on to the ducks out here. As you may or may not know, these guys always have access to clean water, oyster shells for the female duck, and then unlimited food. This is just pellet food in this little dispenser right here. So they have access to these three things 24/7. However, about once a day I make them this, or my mom does. It's whoever. By the way, the audio might be bad because the ducks are making lots of noise. But basically this is just a plate of like fruits and vegetables. It varies every day. Just kind of the stuff that's going bad, like these raspberries were starting to go bad. So they're basically duck food. Most of the, like this blueberry, like these get frozen when they are starting to go bad. We put them in a big like plastic container, and then we give some to the ducks every day. So today there's just, oh, that was a raspberry. So there's some lettuce that was starting to get wilty, some old raspberries, and then a whole bunch of frozen blueberries that used to be fresh and are now frozen. So I'm gonna take this plate and I'm just gonna set it right next to their pool. They know what it is. They literally eat it every day, so they go right to it. And yeah, that's pretty much it for feeding the ducks. Other than making sure their pellet food and their water is clean and full at all times, give them this about once a day, and we got some happy little ducks right here who still try to chase me every time I try to leave. Last but not least for the backyard is going to be the platy pond. Now, I don't know if you can see them, but there are probably like 50 platies in here. There's a whole bunch of babies, a whole bunch of adults. They basically just bred. All this is water, a sponge filter, and some plants. That's literally all this is. And there's so many of them. That big orange mass down there is all platies. These guys though, they just eat this normal pellet right here. It's basically just small fish food. It's nothing crazy, it's just small pellets. And we'll just take this and dump a generous amount in there. Because there is a lot of fish, we do have to feed them a lot. Some of it sinks, some of it doesn't, which is great because it allows all the fish to get a chance to eat. And there's a whole bunch of different particle sizes, so the big fish can eat the bigger ones, and the small fish can eat the smaller ones. So I got some brine shrimp right here for the reef tank. Now this tank gets a whole bunch of food, but I just went ahead and had to go buy some more brine shrimp because I just ran out. But I got a new big package. Now I alternate basically every single day in this tank. One day they'll get seaweed, the next day they'll get normal marine fish pellets soaked in vitamins, and then the next day they'll get brine, and I just rotate through those three foods. But today we're just doing frozen brine shrimp. Just snap off a little chunk right there off the corner, and then just pop this open and we'll just grab the little chunk out right there. Then I'll just take our little cube and basically just let it, you know, disperse throughout the tank, and all the fish will go ahead and eat it. The larger fish obviously eat the larger chunks, and the smaller fish eat everything that like flies off the chunk. So as you can see, all the fish, they get a chance to eat. No fish goes hungry, and even the shrimp back there gets some food as well. The anemones right here, as well as the corals, are also able to actually catch the floating particles that float by, and they can also eat that as well. So everything here is fed. That's pretty much it for the reef. And then right next to the reef tank is the goldfish tank. These guys, pretty basic, they're goldfish. This right here is just omega-1 goldfish food. And we'll just take some of these and just dump them in, you know, nothing crazy for these guys. The turtle right here also gets a mix of foods. We'll just start off right here with some normal turtle pellets, absolutely nothing crazy. And then we'll just take these pellets dump them right in, and he'll go ahead and eat those once he realizes they're there, obviously. And then also for some leafy greens, go ahead and take all this right here. This is duckweed. This also goes in the tank, and he'll go ahead and eat that. This plant grows super fast in my fish tank, and then I just scoop it out and feed it to the turtle, and he absolutely loves it as well. That's pretty much it for him though. He's doing really good. Then the planted tank just gets some little small micro pellets for these small fish, because these fish are pretty tiny, so they just get a few little small pellets. Next up on the list is going to be my tropical community tank. Now this one is actually in our kitchen, as you can see right here. It's this nice kind of vertical column tank. Like you can see, it's very tall and not very wide, and it fits in this space perfectly. Now because these guys are basically just tropical fish, there's really nothing crazy in here. By the way, I know I need to clean it. The glass is looking a little dirty. Regardless, I'm gonna go ahead and get these guys some fish food. These guys don't eat anything fancy, literally just normal tropical fish food. Just dump some in right here on the top, not too much, not too little. And these guys will all munch on the food. Everyone in here eats. These guys are all super happy and healthy fish. I've had them for a while actually. I've had this tank for at least 2 years for sure. And I think I've had some of the fish in here 2 years also. These fish have been in here for a while. It actually might be 3 years. But I've had this tank and these fish for a very long time, and they're doing really well. Moving one room over real quick, we have the guppy breeding tank. Whole bunch of guppies in here, lots of babies, adults, everything. These guys just eat small floating / sinking pellets. It allows all the fish to be able to eat. And there's also quite a few little red cherry shrimp down here. Now moving on to the last room, I have my 55-gallon kind of freshwater blank tank. Like this is basically just a holding tank, just throw a whole bunch of random fish in here. This is what we got. We got some assorted tetras, cichlid, angelfish, everything. Now because these guys are just basic tropical fish, that's exactly what they eat. We got basic tropical flakes right here. Just shake a little bit in here, about that much, and these guys really enjoy it. That parrot cichlid is getting pretty big. But these fish are overall doing really well, and that's really it for feeding this tank. Next up, I have my cherry shrimp breeding tank. Now, this is full of a whole bunch of cherry shrimp, so these guys eat something a little bit different. So sometimes I do shrimp pellets in here, but today I'm just gonna be grabbing a few algae wafers, just some little sinking algae wafers, and those right there will sink down and be perfect for the shrimp. I like to give them a lot because there's a lot of shrimp in there, and they all have to share the food. Then right under the 55-gallon tank we fed just a minute ago, we have another cherry shrimp tank with some platies that are growing out. Once again, I'm gonna do some sinking food here, just those algae wafers. Plop a few of those in, actually give them a lot. And those will all float to the bottom, just like so, and that will allow not only the platies, but the shrimp to eat as well. Never mind, I stand corrected. This is the last room and the last fish. This is the fish I have in the bathroom. It is this betta fish right here. Now I leave the light on for a long time, so that's why there's tons of algae. Plan to get some fish that will help with that, maybe some autocinklets or something in here. But this is the betta fish I actually rescued from Craigslist. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check it out. Basically, this guy was kept in a really tiny bowl, barely any water, and I gave him this nice full-sized home with filtration and everything he needs. But now this guy just eats Aquarium betta food. Just sprinkle a few pellets like that, and he munches on them. Sometimes I'll switch it up and give him some brine shrimp, but for now, it's just basic pellets. Anyway, that is going to be just about it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing everything, all my fish, all my coral in the saltwater tank, my dog, my ducks, my turtle. You guys saw every animal I own. And that was the purpose of today's video. And then of course we obviously fed them all because that's what I do every single day for these animals. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye.